Open ether circuit.
Yeah, those are still stuck, I bet. Yep.
I got it.
The part that I don't get is the free
Can't do that.
rest. It's like there's no option. Dang.
thing is so annoying sometimes. Wait, you can. Why do you want to change restoring touch? Because only he has restoring touch. You're supposed to get like a free rest at the top of the spire. Oh. It's already got plus. Okay, did I already use it? Oh no, it's right here. Spire bonus. So if I use that now. Okay, let me just save the game real quick. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, all the way down here. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay. Takes a deep breath, steadying himself. My sister Kayla and I watched the Bronze Brotherhood fending off multiple waves of Kairos' forces when they tried to take the crossing. I was terrified, but she was exhilarated in a way I've never seen her so alive. He chokes back a sob. She's got so fired up that she joined the Brotherhood the first chance she got. Shortly after joining, they sent her on a scouting mission with some other Brotherhood soldiers, but none of the party returned. They were all found dead at Deserters March. Sorry, is there anything I can do to help? He shakes his head. Thank you, but no, I just want to be left alone. Okay. Maybe ask for help later when he feels a little better. I wonder if the door opens now that we've unlocked the spire.
Can't do that.
Never to be open from this side. Oh. Oh, this is from earlier. Wait. How did I get another camping supply? Oh, because I didn't use it. So how do you get here? Maybe after you've unlocked all the spires, you can go inside and explore the spires some more? Because I don't think...
Let's be off.
Will do.
Let me just check here. I don't think... Yeah, I can see the corridor over there. I don't think we open anything up when we unlock the constellation. I don't see any door. Yeah, I don't think you can go there from here. There's gotta be something that happens when you unlock all the spires, potentially. Okay.
Sorry. Oh? My dear Chadius Maximus, the court is all abuzz with the news of the Civil War. Representatives from the courts and the disfavored are having little shouting matches in front of Tunon. The petitioners to the court seem swept up in talks of who will crush whom and when Tunon will bring down the gavel and stop the fighting. What has me more intrigued is the other story out of Indrian's well. Tunon sends you on what I thought was going to be a one-way trip to the well, and not only do you live, you somehow claim the mountain spire, and you broke Kairos' edict too? Such things make a little civil war seem so trivial in comparison, at least to those who can separate the message from the noise. Tell me, what was it like to break the edict, and how it is you took control of the spire? Fatebinder Rogalus. Another Fatebinder? We are Fatebinder too, right? So he's like a colleague. Don't just downplay the events. Dear Rogalus, it's unusually quite difficult to give me too much credit, but it sure sounds like you're implying my claim on the spire was premeditated or even intentional. My only goal in Vendron's Well was to stay alive, to not let the Archon's indecision cause the edict of execution to come to pass. I wouldn't say, I mean, I don't want to sound too passive, but that's the thing. Ascension Hall needed to be taken, and I made it happen, both because it was my duty and because I generally prefer to live. My claim to the spire coincided with breaking of said edict. Perhaps breaking the edict caused a mystic surge that triggered the spire. Or perhaps Kairos knew this would happen, and such knowledge tempered the wording of the edict. I can offer you only these speculations. Now, let me just make sure I save. Response with question of your own. Let's see. Dear Rogalus, did you know what wording of the edict would entail? Did you advocate that I be sent on what was likely to be a one-word journey? Your question seems to imply that my actions at Vendron's were orchestrated when they were, in fact, the product of me responding to a chaotic situation, nothing more. Dealing with two petulant, disagreeable archons occupied what precious time I might have spent undermining Kairos. How about you tell me what you know first? You were the one who taught me the value of never being tricked into self-incrimination. And how could I possibly argue with that wisdom? I like that, Sam. Okay, I think that's everything. And with, yeah, I've checked out everything here, this town. I think the most important part of this town is the, well, outside of this, the spire, is the blacksmith people.
Can't do that.
Wait, this is new.
Got it.
Oh, nice. So it says have the max the blacksmith looks at the thing, but it's not even showing here, you know? Like the actual quest.
Sorry, can't. It's so hard. Sorry, can't. Can't do that. Sorry, can't.
Ooh. Very expensive. Wait. Okay, is this alchemy supplies? That should be like right here, you know. Whatever. Like, are these like, see, hide this as times 4 and then hide. It's like if I'm selling these, the topaz, aquamarine, they're like, I'm not sure if they're gonna be like needed for Aspire. Oh, see, bronze ingot, scroll, yeah, all of those are showing here. So, okay, so those are the only ones that we need for the Spire. Everything else we can sell. Okay. Selfless magic. Where's that at? It's not unlocking now. I'm confused. It says I have new magic, but I don't. Well, what? Where is it? Oh, right here. Oh, cast on ally. I can't use it. None of these actually have that ability. Yeah. Can't use it. Can't use it. Wait, have I talked to Ringdropper Caritha? No. The Fatebinder of Tunon, yes. Welcome to Lithian's Crossing. My name is Ringdropper Caritha, and I am Raptamon's second brother. What can I do for you? Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood in Lithian's Crossing. She raises her chin as she speaks. We're the largest and most battle-ready mercenary group in the tiers. Lithian herself hired us to protect the settlers when she first founded the town, and this group has been here ever since. It's our home. Kairos' forces tried to remove us when they invaded, but we let them know we won't go quietly. What are your thoughts on Radamon? She sighs and considers her word for a bit before answering. He's efficient, she premises. He has become a little unstable lately, but so far, he has yet to do anything to make me really worry. He is more paranoid than normal since there have been sightings of Kairos' scout in the area, but I think anyone would feel threatened by that. I have to ask, where did Ringdropper come from? Caritha laughs and turns red. I earned the nickname during the night of my first victory with the Brotherhood. We decided to celebrate and we drank a lot. During the drinking, the celebrating Ratamon showed up. I was so nervous and drunk seeing him that I tripped and all the rings I just earned scattered everywhere. I was terrified he was going to be mad about the drunkenness, but he just laughed it off and called me a ring dropper, and the name stuck. That's it.
Right.
Roy. Oh, that means that I haven't gone in here. The sunburnt man dips his head in greeting. An outsider never arrives alone. At least that is what my mother always said. Seems she knew what she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his own words. I'm Eldian. Welcome to Lithian's Crossing. You must be the one everyone is talking about. Tunon's Fatebinder, right? Eldian looks you over. We could have used your help when Kairos' forces tried to take Lithian's Crossing, though I suppose you would have been fighting on their side, wouldn't you? But the Brotherhood overcame, and now we're saddled with their continued leadership. He shrugs. I suppose there are worse fates. Hearing stories about your exploits in Vendrian's Well, I expected you to be 12 feet tall and shoot fire from your mouth. Can't always tell the contents of a pie from its crust, can you? But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for a history lesson or to get my opinion of your grandeur. He waves his hand dismissively at his previous comments. The adjudicator sent you. For the Arcana song, I assume? What can this old fool do for you? What was that about the Arcana song? Siren, the songbird. Feels like it's half the town she's got mooning over her in a hovel near the river. It's on the first tier. If you want to find her, his brow knits. Feel free to take her with you when you go. He cants his head slightly, banishing his sour expression. But seeing as you're not here for her, what can I do for you? There's some question about the Lithian's Crossing. If you have questions about our settlement, I'm the one to ask. I've the dubious extinction of being the oldest living resident of Lithian's Crossing, so I've been here for a lot of its history. Eldian smiles. Eyes, hips, hair, and hearing might be failing, but my mind still remembers everything that happened here. What would you like to know about? I'll be doing my best not to go on too long about it. I know I have a problem keeping conversations short. If you have questions for the goings on in the crossing, I'm the one to ask. I've been here for more than of its history than anyone else here smells. What would you like to know? I just asked you what I wanted to know. Who was Lithian? Biggest pain in the ass I ever knew. He turns bright red, blushing at his words, but lets out a huge guffaw. I suppose I shouldn't talk about my mother like that. She was a mediocre merchant, but a great leader. The war in the northern kingdoms cost her a very lucrative trade route up north, but she managed to earn trade stewardships from Kairos, and for a short time she had a monopoly on grain, salt, and tin in the tiers. What did my grandmother say? Give him blind man time and a pile of rocks, and eventually he'll hit a target. She shrugs. Not to say she didn't deserve it, but I think luck played a bigger part in her success than actual talent. Like Kairos gives and Kairos takes, the next year, Lithian was stripped of her trade rights. Suddenly she had a large staff with no goods to trade and no means to pay anyone. But she was a stubborn one, and knew if she just kept at it, eventually things would turn around for her. She figured the trade goods could come to us. The location was good enough. It's crazy how that would happen. So she decided to concentrate on making an existing local settlement in the center of commerce for the tiers, and by the claws of the beast, she did just that. I thought she was crazy treating the town nestled up to the old walls, but apparently she knew what she was doing. It wasn't long after it was renamed Lithian's Crossing, with the bridges over the old walls. This was the only place to go if you wanted to take weeks off your trip. Eventually she hired the Bronze Brotherhood to act as local guards. We were big enough and had enough commerce to warrant the protection. Lithian was your mother? Of course. How did you think I became the reeve of the crossing? It's certainly not my storytelling or charm. I may be the oldest living resident here, but that's certainly not a good enough reason to make someone a leader. Though, come to think of it, neither is just being an offspring of the former leader, he laughs. But like it or not, that's just how things are. My mother was a wonderful woman. She might not have been the nicest person, and she might have been overfond of Adalians here or there or there. Or there, but who isn't? His face sobers. May her rest be ever free of disturbance. How did you build the old walls and bridges? Lithian was the mastermind of that. She could tie a knot with one hand, one string. I remember watching her draw systems of ropes and knots in the sand, telling me what they would do when built. I thought she was crazy. She says she got the idea for the bridges from seeing galleys pulled out of the water into the docks. Apparently the hardest part was getting the initial climbing team to brave the old walls and set the first ties. But apparently you can pay a man enough rings for him to overcome his fear of old walls for predators. Why did you settle here? Necessity. The rope bridges let us cross the old walls. With them, it didn't matter what trade rights we had. We'd be at crossroads in the northern tiers, an unbeatable location. The siege of Ardent and the bastard city ended up helping us. All those folks heading to Point East crossed through a little settlement, and many of them decided to stake a claim with us. By then, Lithian discovered there was iron in our rivers. She thought it would make us rich, but also made us the target. The old walls don't make passage through the area easy, and our bridges cut days to weeks off of a trip. Lithian's Crossing is the best bet to get your shipment where it needs to go. Mix some other load of iron ore into it, and we suddenly had a target painted on us. What is Kairos' interest in the crossing? Iron, plain and simple. Now we have the forge bound here, toiling away with the ore they pull from the river. We're being squeezed for our resources. If you're after a drink, better to squeeze fruit than a stone. And it would seem many people find us to be very juicy indeed. There was a merchant who tried to peddle iron rocks as magical because they came from areas near the old walls. One of the people he sold to happened to be a disfavored courier. The courier then showed the rock to a forge-bound master who immediately recognized its potential for making superior weapons. land, breeding stock. They've been here longer, and I have so maybe they consider it home too. By Kairos' purse masters are no longer paying them to fight, and if a mercenary is killing for free, something's suspect. In the end, I suppose it doesn't matter. Ronaman will never let go. He feels he owns this town. He aims to have it be his. Tell me your thoughts on the Bronze Brotherhood. They were here since the crossing was founded. The Tyranny herself hired them to protect the settlement when it was just getting started, a fledgling town in the shadow of the old walls. They did such a good job. She kept them as our peacekeepers, and that's how things went. They're a good enough sort, and when Nerat offered to pay them to help Kairos' forces, I knew they were in for some trouble. Taking pay from two employers is always going to end up badly if we can't make both of them happy. On top of that, it seems lately that Ronaman is following a path only he can see, and I'm not looking forward to what he finds at the end. I'm not sure what to say, honestly. I've heard rumors that this favor a tough, disciplined crew, but the Bronze Brotherhood were able to force them out of the crossing without much trouble. I'm sure there must have been extenuating circumstances, but until I see something to change my mind, that's how I feel. Can't say that I have a strong opinion one way or another, really. They didn't seem to care much about leaving the settlement behind. They put up what seemed to be a token resistance when the Brotherhood drove them out, but once they left, I haven't really seen them much of them. Eldian laughs and put a hand on your shoulder. I completely understand. The crossing can be a bit intimidating first time someone arrives, but it's not as complicated as it looks. The river is named Portuscor, and it flows down the middle of the settlement. The water falls pouring from the old walls of sunrise and moonrise. The west waterfall is sunrise, because that's how the sun hits it in the morning, and the moonrise got its name due to how it glows during a full moon. The crossing itself is broken up into districts named after the waterfalls. The west side of the river is called the Sunrise District, and the east side of the river is the Moonrise District. The different levels of the Tyranny's crossing don't really have names, but most people refer to them as tiers. My home is considered part of the ground tier, the forge is on the first tier, both in the Moonrise District. Okay.
Can't do that.
So they say that the Siri is out here doing something. By the river, he said. Oh, there she is. Sarah, not Siri. Sarah stands here, surrounded by a group of villagers. She speaks to them in soft, dulcet tones, holding them hypnotized with her hand motions. Her headdress flashes as she speaks, and you're unable to tell if it's a trick of the light or the gem in it is actually glowing. She's swept up in her oration and seems completely unaware you've arrived. There's a lull in the conversation and she opens her eyes.
Look who's here. And what brings you to Lethian's Crossing? Can't imagine it's the scenery or the quaint locals. Have you come to spoil my fun? Tunon probably insisted you find me, didn't he? Because we can't let Siren have any fun, can we? Let's control her. Let's tell her what she can and can't do. Let's use her to destroy nations. But enough of that talk. What do you think of my followers? Oh, stop that, Fate Binder. It's not like I'm hurting anyone. Well, at least not yet. Why on earth would you want that? I can't imagine you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Oh, Tunon must have had a hand in this. Or Narat. Maybe I'd rather stay here where people won't insist on ordering me around all the time. Although, you did activate one of the spires, so your power is something I could learn from, and you are right. It's certainly not going to make any significant advances staying here with a bunch of nobodies worshipping me. Watching you in action could give me the edge I need to unlock a spire of my own. Fine. I will allow you the glorious gift of my presence in your party. Well then, let's go. If you're going to teach me the wonders of the world, it's not going to happen here.
What is she though? I think she's support, right?
I'll tap homeward. See you there.
Sorry, can't.
What's the star over there? Oh, stars is what merchants. Okay.